What's going on, dog lovers? Hey, so this is my dog right here, Savage, and he's a 3-year-old pit bull. You know, I've had him now for 3 years. I had him from a baby, and Savage has been with me for quite a while. He's a good boy. Now, people, today we're talking about, oh, that right there is Sheba. I just had her now a couple of months. She is a couple of months old, you know. Now, I've had Savage now for quite a while, and people, I've always had issues with fleas and ticks, even in Savage's ear. All up in here used to be ticks and fleas, and I was having a crazy time having to find a solution to get rid of all these fleas and ticks that was infesting my yard. I contacted like pesticide companies to come through and spray the yard out, and I was still having that issue as far as fleas and ticks goes. It was to the point where I would be inside my house and I would see ticks crawling on the floor and on the wall, and it was so annoying. I got tired of it and I was frustrated. I tried everything that I could possibly do to get rid of these fleas and ticks out of the yard. I had the yard sprayed, but it was like after a couple of days I would see no fleas, no ticks, and then it was like the ticks got immune to the chemical that was being used by these pesticide companies, and then I would see them all over again. Then someone told me to get NexGard. I got the NexGard pill, chewable, and I gave it to Savage. And when I gave it to Savage, I noticed that it worked. It actually works. I didn't see any fleas, any ticks on Savage anywhere. All right. When the problem I was having with Savage was all over his coat, you could see some huge, huge ticks as well as those little small ticks as well, right? And fleas was all over him. I used to have to take him to the beach and try to see if I could, get some of the ticks off him. I would take him in the water and try to pick the ticks off one by one, and as soon as I took him back home, there was fleas and ticks all over him again. Now, after I gave him the NexGard, right, I noticed it worked and there was no fleas, no ticks on him anywhere. But then that was only a month's solution. After you give them the NexGard flea and tick chewable, it only lasts for a month, and after a month you would start to see those ticks and fleas coming back, right? And I wanted a solution. I wanted something different. I was like, okay, I could give him a pill or chewable every month, right? That works, but I need to find something else, right? So what I did was I kept researching, I kept searching, I kept asking questions, right? And eventually someone said, hey, there is a solution. There is something that you could use which you don't have to be giving your dog every month, right? And I was like, what is it? And then they said, hey, check out this thing right here. It's called Bravecto, right? Now, once I got the Bravecto pill, I was like, okay, does this even work, right? So what I did, I got the pill, I got the chewable, and I said, okay, let me wait to see until I see the ticks and fleas starting coming back, because I remember I had him on the NexGard, right? So I waited until that was out of his system and I started to see ticks and fleas on him. So that was like in January when I first gave him the very first pill in January, the first chewable, sorry, in January, because this is supposed to last for 3 months, right? So I said, okay, let me try this and see if it works. All right, so I gave him the first chewable in January, and people, I am here. I said, you know what, let me test it first before I did a video on it, right? And I'm here today to say it works. I am here today to tell you confidently, without a doubt, it works. This isn't sponsored. No one is paying me to do this video, but I just want all dog lovers and cat lovers to know that this pill or this chewable actually works. Now let me open it so you could see what the chewable actually looks like. And if you could see, take a look at Savage. He has absolutely no fleas, no ticks on him anywhere, nowhere in between his paws, nowhere in his ears or anywhere. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It comes in a packaging like this right here, okay, and you just have to lift right here open and pull the chewable out. Now, not all dogs, sometimes the dogs would just eat it up just like that, but in some cases, like Savage for example, Savage didn't. I gave it to him, he took it in his mouth and then he spit it out and walked away. And what I had to do was I had to find a way to mix it in with his food so that he would eat it, you know, like disguise it in his food, and that's how I got him to eat it. And like I said, I gave it to him in January, right? And we're now in April, January, February, March, April. And since January, when I gave him this pill, this chewable, I have not seen one ticks in my yard. I have not seen one ticks on Savage. I have not seen one flea, anything, anywhere, any close by. I have not seen a tick or a flea anywhere. And the funny thing about it, is I only gave it to Savage because it goes by weight. So the weight that I got, I couldn't have give it to Sheba because she was too young and her weight was not for this pill or this chewable. So I only gave the chewable to Savage. I only gave the Bravecto to Savage, but I noticed no fleas or ticks was getting on Sheba either. So even though this is supposed to be where it works through their system, as in if it's in their bloodstream, it's in their system, so the fleas and the ticks would not like the taste of it if they suck on the blood. So that's what causes the ticks and the fleas to die and not bite him anymore. But it seems as if me giving it to Savage, right, there is no flea infestation in the yard at all. Like all fleas and all ticks is staying away because I'm seeing no ticks or fleas on Sheba either. So obviously this thing works because I did not give Sheba any ticks or any of these Bravecto pills in January. And since January, when I saw the first tick starting to come on Savage, I said, okay, that means the next guard is out the system, so it's time for me to give him this Bravecto pill. And which was when I gave it to him. And the funny thing about it is, when I saw that tick on Savage, right, when I figured the next guard is wearing out of his system, I didn't pick the tick off. I left it on and I said, okay, let me give him this and see what's gonna happen. And in a couple of days, where I saw that tick on Savage, in a couple of days the tick was no longer there. So I figured, okay, the tick either died and fell off, or the tick tasted the Bravecto, whatever it is in me that makes this up, that the ticks just don't like, probably tasted it in his bloodstream and was like, this isn't where I want to be anymore, and just left, right? I don't have that problem anymore of seeing ticks crawling on my wall outside or inside my apartment, right? So this thing actually works. So if you have the problem with ticks and fleas all up in your yard and all up on your dog or your cat, this is the way to go. Get you a Bravecto chewable. It works. But like I said, remember, it goes by weight. So you just gotta look at the, like right here it says 20 to 40 kilograms, right? So you just gotta find the weight of your dog and you'll know what kilogram to get for your dog. Okay, trust me, if you are having a problem with ticks and fleas, you will not have it anymore for 3 months. I should have waited. I could have waited at least to see if it would work for longer before I saw ticks and fleas on Savage again. But I wanted to do this video because, like I said, I wanted to test it before. So I tested it for 3 months and I waited for 3 months before I did this video because I wanted to be sure it works before I came to you guys and say, hey, it works. All right, now I've done it, I've tested, and I've waited. Now I'm not gonna give Savage another chewable until I see at least one tick. When I see another tick, that's when I'm gonna give it to him. That means it's totally out of his bloodstream. Okay, until then I'm not giving Savage another chewable, right? Because I don't want to keep giving it to him because the description says, the little pamphlet that comes inside the box, right, says that this lasts for 3 months. Okay, but even though it says it lasts for 3 months, how I like to do it is I like to give it and wait until I see at least one tick working its way back in the yard or working its way back onto my dog. And then I give him the next chewable. So I know that the first one that I gave is totally out of his system. Okay, so guys, if you want to try Bravecto, go right ahead. I'm saying it with confidence that Bravecto works. This is not a sponsored video. I'm not getting paid to do this in any way. My channel isn't even monetized, but I just wanted dog lovers out there to know what the solution is for getting rid of fleas and ticks. All right, so Savage, say bye. Say bye, Savage. Okay, good boy. Sheba, say bye, Sheba. Hey, that's my girl, Sheba. All right, Savage, bye. All right, people. Hey, if you like this video, please hit the subscribe button, comment in the comment section and tell us if you're having issues with fleas and ticks in your yard, and if you had any other solution, or if you've ever tried Bravecto before. Talk to us in the comment section. We'd like to hear your thoughts and views. All right, we are dog lovers and I love dogs.